Hey YouTubers, this is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with you. I'm telling you, the letters have been coming in. I've been throwing them in the hat here. And today we're going to do messages from the spirit world. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to my recent video on horoscopes. If you're new here, every month we do horoscopes for all 12 zodiac signs at the beginning of the month. This month I was a little behind, but that video is up. It's the one right before this. So if you want to get your horoscopes for June, go there and check it out. Anyways, also I had to ask you guys, do you ever get obsessed with a color? I don't know, Liz, I am obsessed with the color blue lately. You may notice I'm wearing my blue Wiccan t-shirt. You guys have seen the green version of this. I have this in green, but I had to have the blue version as well. So I got that on today. And I also have a pentacle that has a blue crystal in the middle. Isn't that pretty? Look at that deep blue. Anyways, I use it for scrying, but I don't know, I'm just obsessed with the color blue. And I'm just curious, you guys ever get obsessed with colors and go through phases where you have to have that color? Anyways, tell me about that. You know, in the comments below, I'd be interested to hear that. But right now, I tell you, I got that on backwards. I'm in my blue phase, so I'm wearing blue everywhere. And I like it. Well, anyways, your letters have been coming in, and I'm so excited. So before we get into that, give me just a moment and let me attune to the spirit world. Okay. My spirit guide Fletcher's back here. He says hi to all of you. All right, going in our hat, our first letter today is from Margaret Boone. Hi, Margaret. Good to hear from you. Margaret writes and she says, Bob, the other night I saw these 3 stars around the moon. They were in a triangle formation. What does that mean? Margaret, I'm so glad you wrote this because I saw this also. I go walking every night. I'm a night person, so I love to walk. And I saw, and I don't know if any of you guys saw, the triangle. There was literally 3 stars around the moon in a triangle form. Well, you know, I said, now this is a significant astrological event. I didn't have my camera with me or I would have filmed it. That would be a whole video, I think. But anyways, just to answer your question, I feel that that is a sign of the spirit world saying, attune to balance. 3 is like the pyramid of body, mind, and spirit. And I feel like that celestial symbol is kind of a caution that the earth is really, getting out of balance. And I think that that triangle represents that we must all come back to balance of body, mind, and spirit. So I do feel the universe gives us signs and symbols and messages, and I feel that's what that means. So I think all of us should be working on our meditation to bring our spiritual element in. We want to make sure that we're balanced or exercising every day. We want to keep stimulating and growing our minds. That way we'll bring ourselves into harmony and we'll be in harmony with the universe. Anyways, there's probably more on that. I'm going to do some research on that. I think we'll do a whole video about that in the future. But for right now, that's what I got when I saw it. Okay. Good question. Thanks for writing. All right. Let's see here. Morgana, and she says, Psychic Bob, I've been crying a lot. I see a world of sin and it makes me bitter. Earlier I felt a strong connection with somebody that I felt that they needed my help. Will I be able to help them now or at some time in the future? Well, first of all, Anna, let me tell you, you might want to, we were talking about body, mind, and spirit. It might be worth your time to visit with a doctor. The reason I say that is I feel like you're experiencing depression now that may be a little more intense than normal depression. And I think working with a doctor will help balance that out. I understand what you say when you see a world of sin and you feel like everything's ominous. Right now when we look around the world, it is kind of crazy. And I don't even watch the news. It's just getting too depressing. I agree with you. But, we spiritual people have to understand, and this is important for you to understand as part of your mission. You are here at this time in history for a higher purpose. It's a very critical juncture in the world. And you're here and you're saying, Bob, this is terrible. I didn't sign up for this. but you did. You signed up to be here and be here now particularly. You know, the world right now is going through so many crises, and spiritual people, like the people here at Spirit Channel, are all here for a divine purpose. So if you're watching this, you're supposed to be here on this earth at this time. And Anna, for you, this is about being the light to people. And your friend that you wanted to help, that you felt that connection with, right now they're not ready to receive your help. But that doesn't mean don't be available. I want you to keep in touch with them, be their friend. And I feel that when we get to around the end of the year here, closer to like November or December, I feel that they're going to be open to what you have to offer to them. So keep loving them, keep praying for them, and be the light to them, and always be available. I'm so sorry you're crying. You know, crying is releasing of pain, so there's goodness in it. But when it gets debilitating, sometimes we need professional help. And there's nothing wrong with seeing a doctor. Maybe a little bit of, therapy might help. But I feel like you're an empath as well, and that's part of what's caused. Because you're an empath, you're just taking it all on. So you got to work on grounding and shielding. And I would definitely work on meditation, and I would keep around myself the stone hematite. Hematite's a kind of a grounding, neutralizing stone, and that'll help a little bit with the emotional side as well. Okay? God bless you. Keep me posted. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Karen Medina. And Karen says, Psychic Bob, do you see any love interests for me? Well, Karen, I do, but it's not going to be till around August. I get a man, he has dark hair, tall. He's into rock climbing. I know that sounds strange, but he literally loves hiking and climbing, like rock climbing. I don't know if you're into that, but that's what he loves. And the name around him starts with a G. It's like Gregory or Jerry. It's like a G sort of name, but I see him around August. And I think you'll meet him at like some type of meetup group or something. It's like a bunch of people are out in the town, and it's a gathering. But he'll be in August. God bless. Thanks for writing. Okay, Paul from the UK says, Psychic Bob, how do I stop psychic attacks at night? That's a good question. Well, first of all, Paul, one of the things that you want to do is you want to pray. You're from the UK, and I have to tell you, I've been in the UK. There are a lot of ghosts there, a lot of hauntings in that country. It's such an ancient place, so I can believe that spiritual things are occurring. But you want to really focus on, first of all, praying, connecting to your higher power, whatever you call God, Goddess, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, I don't care, but connect to your higher power, because that's where all true power comes from. And I would also encourage you to put salt next to your bed at night. Salt is a very high vibrational energy. It's a purifier, and it really steps down negative vibrations. I would also encourage you, as I said to the other viewer, hematite is a very good grounding stone. So you want to kind of ground your energy down and kind of purify your environment. And I think that, perhaps even doing something like cleaning the room and then smudging it with sage and then putting bowls of salt around would go a long way in stepping that down. I also think one of the things that's happening is you are right now at a point of spiritual evolution in your own journey, and I feel like you're opening psychically, and you're kind of drawing spirits to you because your light is bright. So I'd like you to kind of do what I suggested, cleaning the room, saging it, using the salt, using the hematite, and work on that meditation to kind of center yourself. And before you go to bed, I want you to center yourself and bring the light into you and ask for your guardian angel to be present. You actually have two around you. One's St. Michael and one is Azrael. I thought you said Azrael. So that's who's around you. You want to ask them to be part of your team, okay? Thanks for writing. All right. Piggy Tripper says, Psychic Bob, is it possible to make your own pendulum net? Can you do that? Good question. Yes. You guys may have saw my dowsing video. That's in my list, dowsing with pendulums. Yes, in that video I actually used a mat that I bought, but there's nothing wrong with making your own mat. And you can just make it on simple cardboard and put yes, no, maybe. You can design it however you want, numbers on it. But yes, I think it's wonderful. If you have really time and creative talent, You know, if you're somebody who's into sewing, you could cross-stitch your own mat, or you could, you know, make one out of wood and paint it, or, you know, there's so many ways to make it out of cardboard, as I said, or even paper and then laminate it. So yes, you can make your own pendulum mat. You can also make your own Ouija board as well in similar ways, and we'll probably do another video on that. But yes, I encourage people, whenever you can, make your own tools. One, it's fun to do, and you'll have a great hobby doing it, a great time doing that hobby, and also it infuses it with power. And, you know, we, especially those of us who practice Wicca or in the craft, we should, you know, make stuff when we can, because it's an exercise in personal power as well. So yes, you can make your own mat. Blessings to you. Okay. Oh, also, before I go on next, in terms of making your own stuff, also, once you make it, bless it, consecrate it, pray over it, pass it through incense, purify it, and that'll charge it so that it'll work. It'll work the same as a professional made one. All right, but the secret is in charging it and blessing it. All right, our next letter is from Haven Holiday. She says, say about, what do you think about the end times, how it will play out? What about Jesus and the rapture? Yeah. Well, you know, Haven, there's so many speculations about the end of the world. You know, there's even one point that says perhaps the world won't end, that we as humans have free will. We can create Armageddon and bring the world to destruction, or that same spiritual power, we can bring spiritual transformation and enlightenment and create a paradise on earth. So, you know, when we talk about the end of the world, I really think this is where the divine gives us free will. In terms of Jesus and the rapture, you know, unlike most Wiccans, I actually do believe Jesus will return. I think he said it. I think he's a high spiritual being. And I think when he comes, he will enlighten and enliven many people on the earth. So I don't see that as a conflict necessarily with other philosophies. I think that the ascended masters, the great ones, are always guiding us, and some of them will make appearances. And Jesus will be one of them. So, you know, but again, this is all in relation to our free will. Do we get to a point where we have to have an ascended master step in? We may. Or maybe we will transform our culture and society when we wake up. I'll be honest, history has shown that people haven't really learned that lesson yet. You know, Atlantis, they were a very advanced civilization, very spiritual, and they sunk. Lemuria, another civilization like Atlantis, sunk. So humanity has a lot of learning to do, and I think we'll probably have to do a whole video on that. I think some of your questions are so wonderful. I think we could do whole videos on them. But for right now, I think it really comes down to our consciousness. And I think the world will end either at our own will, or we will stop it from ending at our own will. Hope that helps. All right, our next letter is from Nathan Castillo. It says, will I ever settle down? I seem to attract people, but it only lasts around 5 months. Why is this happening? Will it ever change? Yeah, you know, Nathan, it's very interesting because when I step into your energy field, the first thing that I pick up around you is energy of bright light flashing off of you. And what that means is that you are at a place right now of intense spiritual growth. And I think it's wonderful because you're really getting in touch with your soul self, and that's coming to life. Now, in terms of relationship, why this is occurring, though, is that I feel that you're drawing people who are definitely drawn to you. They love you as a person. I also think they're drawn to the spiritual light that you possess. But I think you're drawing people who are kind of younger souls who aren't ready for growth. And when they really get to know you, they're realizing, wow, this person's like pretty intense, very powerful. And I think that they're not ready yet to kind of join you on this journey. Now, don't think, well, I'm going to give up my spiritual life then so I can have a good relationship. No, that's not the answer. The answer is to be patient and to continue to develop yourself. And then you will draw somebody to yourself who's ready to be at your level. I feel for you, it's probably not going to be until around December of this year that you make that match. But I do feel like this next, few months for you is a time of great growth. And I do feel like in December, you do draw somebody into your life that is more in harmony with you. I get the letter K around their name, like Kim. It's like a name of Kim. So, but it'll be around December. Okay. So you work on yourself, love yourself, let that spirit light shine. And you just keep talking to the spirit world. They're with you. God's with you. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Michelle Tooley. And Michelle says, oh, this is nice. You have a beautiful spirit, Bob. You are so inspiring. I really look forward to your videos. Michelle, thank you. That is beautiful. Well, God bless you. Thank you. Well, I'm so honored that everybody here at Spirit Channel has joined, and all of you take the time to watch every week and to write. And thank you. That's a blessing to me. I always tell people I'm not always a perfect psychic, but I certainly try the best for you guys. And I'm glad you know that I come from the heart. So I look forward to your letters and comments. So thank you. Anyways, Michelle, just to let you know, you do have around you a lot of spiritual light right now. When I'm walking into your light, I'm getting a lot of yellow light around you here. And that's a light that talks about learning. So you're in a period right now where there's issues of education, taking on new skills, and really growing. So I feel like the next 3 to 4 months here is real time for learning. So if you're, want to pick up some extra skills, take some classes, do some more schooling, really, I'd put the energy into that now. That's where I see a lot of power for you. So God bless you. Thank you for writing. Keep watching. We're going to have a lot more videos this summer. This summer we got in just a few weeks here, actually like next week, summer solstice video. You don't want to miss that. I'm going to teach you how to make a special solar charm that you want to probably have for your home. And, we're going to have some more UFO watch videos. And we got a lot coming. So Spirit Channel's going to be busy throughout the summer. Some channels on YouTube, they go on hiatus on the summer and they just don't do any videos. But not here at Spirit Channel. No, we're going to be cranking up, stepping up, doing more videos. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being part of my channel. All right. Our next letter is from Amy Crafts 2012. She watched one of my videos, and she said, I felt like saying amen throughout the video, and it brings up the question, what does amen mean? And this is in response to my video, the one I did where I was telling everybody that you are loved. Thou art goddess, thou art God. Well, that's a good question. Amen, which you often hear in the Christian churches, is actually an ancient Hebraic term. And it really means, so is it, or so mote it be. The Wiccans use so mote it be, which is Old English, meaning may it be so. And amen is just an affirmation. It's like, it will be so. So it's an affirmation to prayer. And amen, I think anybody can say amen. You don't have to be Christian, though it is traditionally Christian. The Wiccans, as I said, we like to say, so mote it be. That's kind of our version of amen. But amen does it just as well. So if you feel inspired to say amen, say it and set that intent in motion. That's a good question. Thanks for writing. Well, guys, that is all the time I'm going to have today for letters. Listen, keep writing to me. Put letter comments in the box below. You can ask questions there on videos or send them to me at my private email box on YouTube, or even at my website, which I'll have the link below. So there are a lot of ways to reach out to me, and I'm checking them all. So I'd sure love to hear from you. Anyways, so thumbs up, like this, favorite it, share it with your friends. There are a lot of people out there who need this. And by the way, I forgot to say at the beginning, if you're somebody and you're saying, well, Bob didn't answer my letter, I want you not to worry. I get a lot of letters. But I tell people, everybody watching should watch the video all the way through, because even if your letter's not answered, there may be one similar to something that you asked or want to ask. And sometimes Spirit works through other people's letters. So, be open to that. And you may get your answer through somebody else's letter, and that is valid. So I'm so glad you're here. Anyways, also, before we go, tell me, at the beginning I talked about my obsession with blue. blue jewelry, blue shirts, blue everything. I don't know. Anyways, you guys get obsessed with colors. What do you think about that? Tell me about your experience. Blessings to you. Keep it here. And next week, of course, we'll have another Messages from the Spirit World.